Jayom Vishnupat Paramahansa Parivarikacharya Astutara Sutta Sishimani Divanis Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ananda Guru Vaishnava Namacharya Shara Harida Sakura Ki Praise Bhava Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Sri Vasai Gaura Bhakti Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopal Gopina Shama Radha Giri Garodan Vrindavan Akturan Navadi Maikudan Jagannath Puridam Jamuna Maikudan Genjis Maikudan Tulasi Devi Bhakti Devi Samavesa Bhakti Devi Jai Gaura Pimana All glories to Swami.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to Swami.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to Swami.
Hare Krishna.
Glories to Sri Guru.
Hare Krishna Maharaj ki jai.
Sri Guru Sri Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagradatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sadhuvam Sadhuitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Sri Visakam Sat Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopi Sai Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Vasute Taptakanchana Gurengi Rati Vrindavanishwari Rishabhasputi Devi Anamami Hari Priya Bantapurvasta Pasanjaya Vacha Patitanam Parvinivyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Shri Vasadi Gaura Purinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Sri Isopanisad ki jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai Hare Krishna. So we continue our discussion from Sri Isopanisad. Yesterday we ended at mantra 16, part 8. So we stop at part 8. So today we want to complete it and the remaining 2 mantras. So we look at 17 and 18. So because yesterday we are already started, so I'm just going to go directly. Okay. Just to recap the mantra. The translation from mantra 16 goes this way. Oh my Lord, oh primeval philosopher, maintainer of the universe, oh regulating principle, destination of the pure devotees, well-wisher of the progenitors of mankind, please remove the effulgence of your transcendental rays so that I can see your form of bliss. You are the eternal supreme personality of Godhead, like unto the sun, as am I. That is a translation. Swayambhuva Manu is describing Krishna here perfectly. So we will go to part B. In B, Prabhupada has quoted Jiva Goswami. Jiva Goswami, explaining the meaning of Bhagavan. He has divided the word into 3. Bhaga, and 1. So all complete. All complete. Bhagavad Sandarbhas like Jiva Goswami, one who fully maintains, and the guardian is called Bha. So guardian is a full maintainer. Full maintainer means we have living entities who also participate in Krishna's energies. Like a parent, they are maintainer of the children to the limited nature. We also have the demigods. They are maintaining. They are maintaining. They are supplying all our necessities of life. And then, so they are maintaining. And we look towards the demigod for protection. So they are guardians as well. But here is like the Swami explains, one who fully maintains. So in other words, we have partial maintenance, partial. If you want to sick and you go to the doctor and take care of our body, say they are taking care. One who is taking care is a maintainer, taking care of us is a maintainer. But none of them, both our parents, even the government, the demigods, the doctor, they are not the fully maintenance of the living entities. Krishna is the fully maintainer. So one who fully maintains, means in all circumstances. For example, our so-called maintenance in this world cannot take us to eternity. But Krishna can take us to eternity. Yes, Krishna can take us to eternity. But Krishna is the supreme well-wisher, the supreme friend that will never disappoint. All relationship we have in this material world will end at a certain point. By death, finally, by death, we separated. But there's no separation between the jivas and the supreme soul. There's no separation. There are limitations, so where our maintainer can take us to. But Krishna has no limitation in taking us. There's no limitation. So it is said here, one who fully maintains and is a guardian. One of the 6 qualities of a surrendered soul is that he doesn't look for anyone else as a guardian, only Krishna as a guardian. So Krishna is the supreme guardian. Then, ga means a guide, means a leader, means a creator. There's so many creators. Durga creates, Brahma creates, even ourselves, the jivas we create our own body which we have. We created it. We create our own karma, we create our own enjoyment. Krishna simply facilitated, but the original creator of everything is the supreme facilitator of it. We are co-creators, or tiny creators, but Krishna. So we are guiding even foolish people. Foolish people are also guiding. Look at scientists, they are guiding. They are fools. They don't know where they are. They don't know who they are. They don't know where they are going. But they are speaking and controlling so many people in this world. So they are guiding. Our leaders, also the politicians, they are also guiding. Our teachers, they are guiding. So we have many guides, leaders, and creators, including ourselves. We are also doing the 3. We are leading some people, we are guiding some people, and we are also creating our sufferings and enjoyment. So that is there. But the supreme creator, the supreme guide, and the supreme leader is Krishna. Then we have one. One means every being lives in him, and he lives in every being. Bhagwan. So every being lives in Krishna. Not everybody lives in us. We have a lot of reservation with many people. A lot of reservations. But Krishna does not have reservation. Krishna is fully open. So every being lives in Krishna, and he lives in every being. Ishwara. 1861. That is the position of the super soul. And everyone and everything is eternally related with Krishna. Eternally. And consciously related with Krishna. Therefore, the person who has all these qualities cannot be other than the transcendental vibration. Bhagwan represents infinite knowledge, potency, energy, opulence, strength, and influence, all without a tinge of material and everything. That is Bhagwan. This is Krishna. Next. Yes. Is God and living entity the same? So Ham as me. Madhvacharya has an explanation here. So is him. He, Bhagavan. Ham. Aham, not. Ah and ha. Discard. He who cannot be discarded. He who cannot be discarded. Who cannot give up Krishna. Who cannot. Who can give up other entities. Like our body, there are so many living entities in our body. We can discard them when we leave the body. When we leave our own body, all of them will be separated. But we cannot be separated from Krishna at any moment. At any moment. Because what? As me, situated in all being because of regard for the Jiva's eternal existence. Krishna is situated in all beings as Paramatma. Why? Because of regard for the Jiva's eternal existence. Krishna cares for us. Krishna cares for us. Therefore, although we don't merit it, but Krishna show his cosmic mercy by following us. Krishna can say, since you don't want me, you want to be independent of me, you want to enjoy alone, okay, go. But Krishna didn't do that. Krishna didn't do that because he's the Supreme Father. He cannot do that because he is for our own welfare. Therefore, Krishna is and said, although I'm sending you there to go and make experiment, which is not possible, I will still follow you so that you continue to guide, continue to advise, continue to direct until one day when we are tired of suffering, we will turn to him and then he'll start leading us back again to him. So this is the eternal responsibility of Krishna. So Ham as me. This is Krishna's eternal position. Yes. This is Krishna's position. It's eternal position. That cannot be changed at any time. The relationship we have with Krishna is eternal. It cannot be changed at any time. It's permanent. It may be temporarily covered. Yes, temporarily covered. But it cannot be abolished completely. It cannot be. That is Krishna's kindness upon us. And he's always with us for our welfare. He's constantly with us to guide us, to remind us, please, my friend, turn your face back to me. No, I still have other things to do. That you have been doing since time immemorial. Are you not tired? No, it's just a little bit, I will get it. A little bit, I'll get it. Little bit. I just make mistake here, the next one I will get it. Especially those who those who play pools before. Pools. Gambling. It's a gambling. Like pools. Pool stakers. Pool stakers. Pool stakers now we also have Chinese style. It's Chinese style. It's also gambling. That is for people who have big money. Poor people go for pool staking. This is for poor people. When you become advanced, then you go to Chinese style gambling. They have a board to place. You can place your gold. You can place your house. You can you can place your car. So people, they'll go to the gambling house. They have to walk back to their house because they have to stake their car, and it's lost. It's lost. And there's so many very sophisticated places for people to go and gamble. There are many places like that. Then these days there are varieties. There are varieties of those gambling style. Lotto. Yeah, there's Lotto. Yes. Varieties of Lotto. I think that one is all over the country, all over the world. All countries will get Lotto. America, India, Africa, Nigeria, there are varieties of yeah, all of them, varieties. So Krishna does not leave us alone, but all our disqualifications and a rebellion. We are rebellious against Krishna, turn our face away. Krishna is constantly, so don't worry. Come, no. I say I want to play this game more. The next one I'll get it. That is their intoxication. I just need to be seen by one figure. Just one figure. Old man, I will have hit the jackpot. Just this one number. That one number will always be missing. But they will never realize that this is not the first time you miss the one number. You got one number, they continue one number. So Krishna is telling my friend, no, Krishna, don't worry. The next one I'll get it. A person who has organized everything is telling us that you cannot make it this way. So no, you can make it. How? How you gonna make it? You know better than the person who organized this? You cannot defeat them because they have already programmed themselves. They have already designed it that you will never make it. So this is our situation. Post takers, gamblers. Just one figure remaining, I'll get it. Professor says, but see, look at the life you have spent for this one number. You will not get it. That one number you're looking for, it is Krishna. But we'll never hear that. Still, Krishna is with us, following us always to help us see the needs. All right, next. So is God and living entity the same? So as me. Many people, we are bringing this topic up because many people are hanging on there. Tatum machine misunderstood. So as me is misunderstood. Is misunderstood. Narada Muni said when he was speaking to his disciples yesterday, let's count it. It is in my ignorance I was seeing myself separate from the Lord. But actually, we are one. In reality, we are one. Which is true. But how are we one? It's a simple thing for those of you at the devotees, but actually it's a heavy issue, very heavy, that billions of people misunderstood this, and millions of people are preaching it to their followers and getting people confused. Thomas say you are that. You are that person. Which person? Narayan. But are we that Narayan? No. No. So harm as me does not mean we are equal with the Supreme Lord. Our equality is only in agreement with the Lord and in quality, but not in quantity. Because we already mentioned that the Bhagavan, one who exists in all living entities. Do we have that quality? That we exist in all living entities, and all living entities exist in us. Even if you are pregnant with a child, how long will a child going to stay there with you in the womb? How long? How many months?
9 months.
9 months. The baby is out. Can you keep more than that? Even if you are a DT or Kayadu. Kayadu, at the Dhira Kasipu's wife. She kept Prahlad in the womb until Dhira Kasipu finished his austerity and came back to the house before she delivered. But see, it eventually she delivered. It also, when the husband told her, the union we have had have placed a soul in the womb, but there are two. The soul are two. They are demons. They will torture demons. They will, it is, I cannot do this. I will keep them. For how long does he do? The time comes, they have to keep them out. Even yesterday, child, Sugade was Swami. I don't want to go to this contaminated place. It's too. But how long did he stay there? Yeah, after 16, the father has to go. Yesterday, has to go to Dwarka to come and bring Krishna. He went to Dwarka and brought Krishna. My friend, please come and help me. My son refused to come out. And he remained in the mother's womb. Let him come out now. Another person will go there. You occupy it. If you don't make advancement, if you don't go back and back to God, we are doing the same thing. We're choking the planet. So better go so that other entities can come up. That's why we're suffering. We suffer because we are depriving Krishna of the service supposed to render to him in the spiritual world, and we're also occupying space for others. Like if you don't pass exam in a school, you remain in the class. So other people will come and meet you there. So it will not be 40 people again to be more than it will be 41 or 42. So you are congesting the class. So we have to make advancement and go back and back to the other. We should not congest this. We should go ahead. We should move on. Go forward. So we should not feel come. Yeah, I don't make it this time. Now make it next time. Who told you you're going to make it? It has a very detrimental effect. Yes. So now we should try the help of the spiritual master and all our chariots. So we can move forward. Yes. He, the supreme conscious entity, or the supreme Lord Vishnu, who is like the sun. So we are different. We're not the same, we're different. Is God and a living entity the same in all circumstances? No. We are not. Absolutely no. The word aham indicated through the jiva, the Paramatma within the jiva, seeing Paramatma is the soul of the jiva. Yes, so referring to the Paramatma, not to the jiva. So the Paramatma is saying what was just to help us. So we are different. The Paramatma is different. So the Para-Atma. We are not called Para-Atma. We are Jiva-Atma. But Krishna is called Para-Atma. So he is different. The Para is maintaining the Jiva-Atma. That is our position. So this should be understood. A Paramatma dwelling within me is he who is that person in the sun. Is that person who has that fulgence that we are illuminating everything that we are referring to. So Ham as me does not refer to the individual soul. He is referring to the supreme soul. Yeah. Gyan Bhakti. Gyan Bhakti. From Gyana particular to Bhakti. Gyana Anukula to Bhakti. Yes. Constitution. Oneness denies eternality of bhakti. That is a problem. This is a problem. So pure devotee does not want this. Pure devotee does not want oneness with Krishna, monism, merging into Krishna. Pure devotee doesn't want it. Why? Because it denies eternality of bhakti. There's no bhakti. There is no service for Krishna. There's no devotion. There's no reciprocation. If I don't have a body, you don't have a body. How are we going to relate? Can you embrace fire? You so love the fire so much, my dear fire. Anyone can do that. It will be turned to ashes. So what is the relationship here? Therefore, it is ignorance. We've been using the word ignorance, so we can really understand. Yes. Jnana anukula to bhakti. Constitution emphasize subordination of the soul. Yes, we are subordinated. We are subordinated. We are subordinate. Subordinate. We are under the supreme soul, direct direction, the super soul. When one understands this, our relationship, according to Bhagavad Gita, when one understands the relationship between the Prakriti, the material energy, the Jiva Atma, and the super soul, when one understands their constitutional position fully, Bhagavad Gita said, one will attain Godhead. Will attain Godhead. Application, hardening of the heart. That is why the process of bhakti and jnana is very dry. And also follow this path, where would they go? Merging into Brahman. Merging into Brahman means what? There is no service. There is no bhakti. If there is no service, what is the bhakti? How can we reciprocate our feelings towards each other? There's no reciprocation. So there's no bhakti for those who are following this path. But those who are following the path of going back to the bhakti, application is stabilization of bhakti practices. If we follow the process of bhakti, and we jivas are meant to offer service to Krishna, our devotion to Krishna will be established, will become stabilized. And we have a steady practice, steady progress, steady practice, steady. And what is our destination? What's our destination? Destination is what? We will go to Godhead. We'll appreciate Godhead. We'll go to Godhead. Appreciate the Lord. We know bhakti devotion is meaningful. If there is a procession, should be Jewish. For understanding. Yes. So I think we have gotten the necessary things here. Other things, read that. So we can go to the next one. So we can finish today. Yes. All right. The conclusion is probably explained in the book. We go to the, if we go back to the proper teachings. The property is explaining. Thus the Lord is the origin of both Paramatma and Brahman, and therefore he is the origin of all living entities and all else that exists. One who knows this engages himself at once in the devotional service of the Lord. Such a pure and fully cognizant devotee of the Lord is fully attached to him in heart and soul. And whenever such a devotee assembles with the similar devotees, They have no other engagement but to glorify the Lord in terms of his transcendental activities. Yes, when devotees come together, what do we do? Just like when business men, business lady meet, they will discuss business. Yeah. When lawyers meet, they will talk about law. When politicians meet, they talk about politics. Similarly, when devotees meet, how do you know devotees? When we meet, how do you know devotees? We're going to talk about Krishna. Yes, not something else. But we will normally, a devotee will normally talk about Krishna. We'll discuss Isopanisad. Right? This is how you know, or someone is a devotee. When we meet, what is going to come out? What will be the center of our discussion? We're going to talk when we meet friends. We're going to talk something. By the time we're going to talk, what is the topic of our discussion? Gramya Kata. For those who are not devoted, so we can see how devoted we are by the level of our discussion. When we meet, can enter into mundane discussion and all kinds of things. But the devotee will talk about his transcendental activities of the Krishna. Those who are not as perfect as the pure devotees, those who have realized only the Brahman future of the Batman future of the Lord, cannot appreciate the activities of such perfect devotees. But the Lord always helps such pure devotees by supplying necessary knowledge within their heart. And by his special favor, he dissipates all the darkness of ignorance. Yes, Krishna dissipates the darkness of ignorance in the heart of the devotees. This the philosophers and yogis cannot imagine. Because they more or less depend on their own strength, as is stated in the Kata Upanishad. The Lord can be known only to those whom he favors, and not to anyone else. And such special favors are bestowed upon his pure devotees only. Sri Isopanisad here indicates such favor of the Lord beyond the purview of the devotee. All right. So we move on to mantra 17. Mantra 17. Yes, mantra 17. Let's recite this sloka. Vayu anilam amritam adhetam padmam sariram om kratos
Marati Smaram Kratos Maram Kritam Smaram.
Translation. Let this temporary body be burnt into ashes. And let the air of life be merged with the totality of air. Now, oh my Lord, please remember all my sacrifices. And because you are the ultimate beneficiary, please remember all that I have done for you. This is a prayer to the Lord to remember our service. A prayer to the Lord to remember our service, or services we have rendered. Mantra 17 emphasizes understanding Krishna at the time of death. It is a prayer to the Lord to kindly remember our service to him. So here the Lord is described as, the Lord is addressed as gratitude, sacrifice, or intelligence, because he is the essence of sacrifice and knowledge. Aham Kratu, Aham Jagya. This also you find in Bhagavad Gita chapter 9, text 16. It is I who am the ritual, I the sacrifice. So similarly, it is here. It is here in mantra 17. Is this a prayer of a pure devotee? Is this a prayer of pure bhakti? What kind of prayer is this? Remember all the services that I have done for you. We have to tell the Lord that. He will not remember us. The Lord will not remember. Do we have to tell him? Huh? You will need to tell the Lord. The Lord will not know until we tell him all that we have done. Hmm?
No, Maharaj.
Sometimes, or most of the times, devotees are very concerned if we are going to make it back from back to God at this time. That is what is making us to think like that, because we are conscious that we have not done our part nicely, so we're not sure. Therefore, we want to. We are worried about it. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, it is a prayer of liberation from the material world. And though such a prayer is not considered a proper and pure bhakti, such prayers for liberation are uttered in Jnana Mishra Bhakti, which is a door for pure service. In this mantra, there is remembrance of bhakti along with liberation. Yes. Okay, so we're going to look at it in 3 ways, A, B, and C. Giving up material body, accepting spiritual body, relationship with the Supreme Spirit. The 3 things we will look at here as properly explained in the purport. Giving up material body. How is material body created? According to the propensities for sense gratification, our individual propensity for sense gratification. Bhagavad Gita describes this fully, chapter 13, Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita describes this fully, chapter 13 of Bhagavad Gita. How we are getting different bodies. What's our qualification for different? How does it happen? Bhagavad Gita explains all this in details. Chapter 13 of Bhagavad Gita. Yes, so it's according to our propensity for sense gratification. For those who have a low taste for sense gratification, we have a low body. For those who have a higher body, a higher taste for gratification, we also have higher body, like demigods, like some human beings also who have lesser facilities. It's going to be different. So we have a stool-eating animal like hog. We have flesh eater like the tigers. It's all due to our propensity that we get different bodies. Properly explain all this in the purport. Yes. What happens after death of body? After they change your body, what happens? Living entity are not annihilated. If the body which is changed, neither do we become formless. We don't become formless because the soul is eternal and it has eternal spiritual body, like Krishna. And it continues to exist. It doesn't, life does not end at the end of the body. It will continue. Why always change? Why does it always change? It is a material thing. This is material. And because the soul, if the soul does not attain perfection, it has to be changed because it's not permanent. It has to be changed at a certain stage. If it's too old, it has to be changed. According to the different desires for sense gratification. You have different desires for sense gratification. We have this body now as a result of the desire of sense gratification we have had in the past. And the activity we are doing now is getting our next body. So someone is very busy in sense gratification. We're going to get a busy body like the ant. Ant doesn't sleep. Of all the living entity, ant doesn't. They don't have eyelids. Ants. They are 24 hours busy. What are they busy doing? Ants. Yeah, looking for something to eat. Yes, it's searching to eat. 24 hours are busy working. But how many of us would like to be an ant? At least for this level. Who would like to be an ant? Eh? But we don't know that as you are very busy working day and night without thinking of Krishna, what body are we going to get next? We're going to get antibodies who can be very, very busy in that form. Because that is the body for being very busy for nothing. 8% of Krishna. Or other bodies. So different desires are there. And the body has to be created due to that. As soon as the set is one off, we're going to get another one. Yes, so we can go the whole day shopping. Right? Yes. Have to cover this body. Can go the whole day, can spend the whole day shopping. This one is 100,000. If I wear this to a party, people will not respect me. So let me go for 200,000. I'm sure that nobody going to wear this kind, so that when I get to that party, everybody will worship only me. So we spend the whole day for that, right? And things like that. So the body has to be changed in this way. How does a yogi change his body? If a yogi, this is a useless person. How does a yogi change his body? Control the movement of the air in the body. Yes, he spend the whole of the time preparing for the soul, leaving the body. The yogi spend the whole of his life preparing how to leave this body. And by that, there are a lot of practices there. To raise the life air to the Brahmaranda, the top of the head, Brahmaranda. We practice all this part of the thing to do. Like we spend the whole of our life chanting Hare Krishna. In this way, the soul will live from here, and the yogi will transfer himself to a higher planet. So all this butra praliyate, going up and coming down. What is the business of a lift? Lift. What is the business? Lift. To go up and come down. That's it all. There's nothing more than that. To go up and come down. Our Gita calls it butra praliyate. We go up and come down. Go up and come down. Go up and come. This is what we're doing. We are not going anywhere. Just within the same circle. So when does this stop? When will it stop? When a living entity enters into the spiritual atmosphere and develops a spiritual body. When we take to Krishna consciousness, when we start practicing Krishna consciousness, we are putting an end to all this Brahmanda, Brahmite, Kona, Bhagya, become Bhagyavan, Brahmanda. the jiva, the living entities are going up and coming down, the different species. When we meet a fortune, one, when we become fortunate, when is that? Guru Krishna Prasade. Aya Bhakti after Bija. At that point, that is the termination point. We won't take to Krishna consciousness. That practicing like a yogi. Like a yogi is practicing, controlling the senses, not giving freedom to the senses, is controlling. You're not giving freedom to the senses. It's good keeping the senses under control so that you will not be distracted at the time of death. That's the idea, no distraction. To have a goal, have a focus, who can get there without any distraction. So don't just I can finish it today. So yeah, the B, now we've finished A, let's go to B. They are all in the purport. All we are discussing is in the purport. I can read some response before we got next. Here in the material world, one has to change his body, forced by material nature, on account of his different desire for sense gratification. These desires are represented in various species of life, from the gems to the most perfect material bodies, those of Brahma and the demigods. All of these have bodies of matter in different shapes. An intelligent person sees oneness not in the variety of bodies, but in the spiritual identity. Yes. So, when one takes to Krishna consciousness, the culture of knowledge reaches perfection only when the knower comes to the point of surrendering unto the Supreme Lord called Vasudeva. But even after attaining knowledge in the matter of one's spiritual identity, unless one comes to the point of knowing that the living entities are eternal part and parcel of the whole, and that they can never become the whole, one has to fall down again into the material atmosphere. Even after having become one with the duty, you can still fall from there. Therefore, we have to take the full shelter of Krishna, surrendering completely to Krishna. When does one get a spiritual body? Yes. Accept oneself as part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, and not the whole. Yes. Not the whole. We want to surrender to Vasudeva. Perfection of devotional service. How does one get it? By remembering the Lord at the time of death. What if one is not able to remember? Lord doesn't forget, even if the living entity forgets. That is Krishna's position. He does not forget. When one doesn't get a spiritual body, desires for lordship over material nature, desires to be one with the majority, then we will not get a spiritual body. But if you surrender completely to Krishna and follow him, you will have a spiritual body. And then we'll go to the spiritual world and live with Krishna eternally. Next, facilities for the devotees. So Krishna has given the 9 limbs of Bhakti. 9 limbs of Bhakti. Which are hearing about the Lord, glorifying the Lord, remembering the Lord, serving the Lordship of the Lord, worshiping the Lord, offering prayers to the Lord, serving the Lord, friendly association with the Lord, and surrendering everything unto the Lord. So why is it not available to the impersonalists? Why are they not? What is not available for the impersonalists? Huh? That is here in the proper mission. Such facilities or devotional service are denied the impersonalists because they are attached to the Brahmajyoti future of the Lord. They can neither penetrate the Brahmajyoti as is suggested in the previous mantras, nor do they believe in the personality of God. They don't believe in personal form. So how would they have chance? The Mayavadis, the impersonalists, the voidists, the monists, they cannot talk about Krishna activities in Vrindavan. They cannot. They are cheating themselves, or they cheated themselves. So if there is no form, how can you have activities? So they cannot talk about it. Yes. Their business is mostly concerned with semantics, the juggling of words or mental creation. As such, they impersonally pursue fruitless labor, as is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita in the 12th chapter. All the facilities suggested in this mantra of Isopanisad can easily be obtained by constant contact with the personal future of the Supreme, of the Absolute Truth. Devotional service to the Lord consists essentially of 9 transcendental activities on the part of the devotee, not for the impersonalists, but for the devotees. Yes. How intimate is the relationship? How intimate is the relationship? A devotee never perishes, even if he or she engages in one abominable act. 930. 2. Takes a lower birth. This does not affect a devotee. Lower birth does not affect the devotee. But we have to understand it. We have to really understand it. 930. Sadhu Eva. It's always a sadhu. But we have to understand it. We have to understand this verse is one of the technical verses in Gita that we need the proper understanding. And you notice that Prabhupada gave a very long purport in this verse. See, just look at the first 2 words of this sloka. Look at the first 2 words. What is the first 2 words of the sloka? The sloka. Yeah, that's English. See, apichet. Apichet means what? Apichet. Just look at it. That is the main thing. Is every sloka has an ornament that decorates that sloka. Every sloka. When you look at every sloka, is object and the ornament. See, apichet. Apichet means what? Chudaracharo is the object. Apichet is the ornament. Yes, tell me. Apichet means what?
Even if.
Even if. So what is the meaning? Even if. Even if. What does it mean? Even if, yes, yes. Even if. Prabhupada also said it that way. Even if. What does it mean? What does it mean?
No matter what.
Somehow.
Thank you. No matter what. That is English. No matter what.
So far
Yes.
as one is engaged into something, there's a result.
Thank you.
Krishna Guru Maharaj.
You should know this because you are doing Isopanisad. You have already told about Gita, so all of you should know this. Yes, tell me.
There is a change in
Anand
situation.
Prabhu.
When there is a change in situation, then we use the word even if. There's a contrast now.
Even if. Okay, thank you. You have finished about Gita. You should tell me this. You should tell me what I'm looking for. Even if I be checked. This you find it in chapter 4 also. Even if it's also in chapter 4. Even if you are considered the most abominable, the most sinful of all sinners, even if. Say two places Christians use this word. Means what? What's the meaning? I already told you. Since the ornament, and what is the object in this song? It's Shuddharacharo. That is the object. And the ornament is what? A picture. Yes, tell me.
It is like an exception here. In normal situation, he is supposed to be punished. But here there is an exception now. Even though he is doing something bad, so he is getting relief from it. There is no punishment.
Okay, thank you. Very good.
Can you say that by pleasing the Lord, by doing the Lord service, so it also means that by pleasing the Lord, even if in our eyes, material eyes, someone doing something wrong, for the Lord is not wrong because he's doing what the Lord wants.
Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
That is good. Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Even if here means that it's not habitually he do this thing. If it's come like a mistake, he do something who is abominable, then that's the
Okay.
meaning I have of it.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Akinchana Prabhu. Thank you.
I'm your servant, Maharaj.
Thank you. Yes. Ornament for a person. Ornament beautify the person who wears the ornament, right? Except for Krishna. Krishna beautified the ornament. Krishna made the ornament important. But for conditions, so ornament make us important. Yes, that is ornament. Therefore, when Krishna used the word apichet, even if this is a glorification of Bhakti, a glorifying Bhakti, a glorifying the potency of Bhakti, the quality of Bhakti. Say, look at the people. Why does the Lord not reject such a devotee? First, because the devotee is fixed in determination. Not a whimsical person. It's not a whimsical person, one who just do nonsense and say, no, sadhu ever. This word does not refer to a whimsical person. It refers to a devotee who is fixed in determination. Why? Because it's like if you know your journey, you have a good car and a good driver. When you start a journey, it's as good as getting to the destination. Similarly, a person who is fixed in strong determination to achieve Krishna will surely get Krishna. So, Prabhupada told devotees sometime, now your problem is finished. To see you? How can you say problem is finished? I know my heart is not good. So Prabhupada said, and by sticking to this process continuously, you will surely end in Krishna. Sure. If you just stick to this process, whatever may be our difficulties, our weakness, but if you remain fixed in Krishna consciousness, we will get there. This is the glorification. So Krishna is glorifying Bhakti by using this word. 2, as devotional service will experience, worldliness will decrease proportionately. 3, imperfections will end shortly. It is just a matter of time. Therefore, Krishna will not reject the devotee. Krishna will appreciate the devotees who is fixed in Krishna consciousness. So here, the verse is referring to air. So, which air is this? Which air is this? Srila Baladev Vidabhushana explained, Vayu. This does not refer to the air of the 5 gross elements. It refers to prana, the subtle body of the individual. The 5 life airs, which are an expansion of Vayu element. Anilam. This refers to the totality of all jivas. This is sometimes also called Samashti Jiva, Hiranyagarbha, Sutra Atma, or Mukhya Prana, who is a deity embodying all jivas in a subtle state of Mahatattva before Ahankara becomes manifest. So we're not referring to the material airs we have here. These are subtle ones, actually representing Krishna. So Krishna is called what? Vananata. Yes. Does God, who is omniscient, need a reminder? We already discussed this. Madhvacharya answered the question. He gave explanation here. Invoking the Lord to remember can only mean have mercy on the devotee, since the Lord is eternally knowing all the things. Yeah, it is not wrong to say that. It's not even wrong. It doesn't affect our bhakti to say that. It depends on the individual. Some devotee will not pray, some will pray. Although it's a Gyani praying for what do I say? For liberation. You're praying for liberation. A devotee can pray not for liberation, he can pray for bhakti. Can pray to Krishna to remember us. It's not wrong to pray Krishna. Please, Krishna, remember me. Remember one person was Ramachanda, the boatman told Ramachanda, I'm a small boatman, I can take you across this small river. You are the supreme boatman. You can take me across the ocean of material existence. So don't forget me. Wait my turn. Today I have done my part. I have taken you across this small one. This is my capacity. This is my capacity. I can take you. This one I can do. So I'm a boatman. You are a boatman. I'm a small, tiny jiva boatman. You are the supreme boatman. So don't forget me. So the Machanda smile. They're very intelligent. They smile. Yes, don't forget. So yes, although the Lord, we don't need to pray because we have already done our part. But the devotee is always very humble and meek. You always feel that you have not met it. So you can still pray. Not a problem. In fact, we should pray. Because in the 9th verse of Bhakti here, first one is what? Smarana. No, Sravana. Second one is, what is the second one? Kirtan, chanting. The third one, Smarana. Fourth one, with the fourth one, Dasya. Servant. Serving. Fifth one, Archana. Not Achana. Archana. Achana means different. Archana means worshiping. 7. What do you say? What is 7?
7 the Lord.
What is 7 to 1? No, that is not 7 to 1. What is the 7 to 1? It's Nebuch there now. Dasya. Service. Yeah, serving. Serving. Eight one.
Satya.
Yes. And the 9th one.
Worshiping the Lord.
Atmaniveda.
The latest instruction they put the Sanskrit.
Hmm?
I think the latest instruction, the Sanskrit is written there.
So we hearing, chanting, remembering, we also have what? Prayer, vandana. Vandana means prayer. Prayer. So devotees should always pray. We should pray.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Please, I want to ask a question.
What
My
is your
question is in relation with Krishna being all-knowing. There's a story in the Bible. My
Krishna
question
being?
has got to do with all-knowing. When the
Krishna
next
is
slide,
all-knowing.
yes, we to tell whether Krishna is to be reminded. There's a story in the Bible of one king, army of Hezekiah or something like that. When the Lord sent a prophet to go and tell him that he was going to die. Now, after the prophet went to tell him he was going to die, because he was on his sickbed, he remembered every good thing that he did to the Lord. He did for the Lord. He went down on his knees and prayed to the Lord that you remember the good thing that he has done. Then the Lord spoke to the prophet to once again, go back and tell him that he has added, I think it's a 15 years to his age. If Krishna doesn't need to be reminded, what is that story telling us in the Bible, according to the way it is narrated? What do we learn from that? Hare Krishna.
I have already explained that some devotee will pray, some will not pray. But it is not a disqualification for anyone to pray. Many of our children don't pray as such. Ambarish Maharaj didn't pray for protection. Of course, he knows that the Lord already planted Suda Sanchakra waiting for him. So he has no need to pray. His protection is already guaranteed. Is there? Some pray, continue to pray. Bismarck they pray, Prabhupada pray, all our children they pray, all of them they pray. They pray. So we should pray. If you don't pray before chanting, your chanting will not be meaningful. The chanting will be meaningful if you pray before chanting. So we should learn how to pray.
All right, what kind of prayer can we pray?
Huh?
What kind of prayer can we pray before chanting?
In prayer, Bhakti Swati Thakura, he gave us formula to pray. My dear Lord Krishna, I'm a very poor man. I have come to you to beg for help. Please employ me in your company. At the end of the month, don't pay me money. You should pay me with Krishna Bhakti. The Bhakti Swati taught that. Pay me with Krishna Bhakti. Don't give me money at the end of the month. I don't want the money. I want Krishna Bhakti. So my poverty is because not because I don't have money. This is how we look at it. So I think Swami said, we consider a wretched person to be one who is destitute. And a downtrodden, a fallen person to be a person who is low class person. Sanatana Goswami said that is not the meaning. A fallen person and a poverty-stricken person is one who has no bhakti for Krishna. That is the explanation. Let's hear this. The way they see their own, the way they perceive things is different. So anyway,
Right.
Hare Krishna. By saying Kritam Smara, a devotee asked the Lord to review his previous service, like just straight from the Bible. Remember whatever little favorable act I have done for you. Since you know all that I did, please protect me. And if there is something lacking, kindly complete whatever it is. We should pray like this. We should pray like this. Forgive me for all that I shouldn't have prayed for, that I have prayed for, and all that I should have prayed, which I did not remember to pray. Please, my Lord, cover all for me. Say the what you should pray. So it is important. So we have the 9 processes of here. Hearing. Mother Parishad is Acharya. Glorifying. Sukadeva Swami. Praying. Akrura. Bandana. Akrura prays. Lady Vajamura. And he got it. Remembering Prahlad Maharaj. Worshipping Prithu Maharaj. Serving the lotus feet, the Lakshmi Devi. Rendering personal service, Hanumanji. Through friendship, Arjuna. Or Pandava, the Pandava Arjuna. Surrendering everything. Surrendering everything is Maharaj Boli. Boli Maharaj. Boli Maharaj. Yes. This is very important. As my person asks, what is the duty of every man, especially at the time of death? The answer by Sukadeva Goswami Sukadeva was that everyone who is desirous of being free from all anxiety should always hear about and glorify the personality of Godhead, who is the supreme director of everything, the extinguisher of all difficulties, and the supersoul of all living entities. So-called human society is generally engaged at night in the matter of sleeping or sex indulgence. And during the daytime, men are engaged in earning money as much as possible, or else in shopping for the family maintenance. People have very little time to talk about the personality of Godhead or to make any inquiries about him. They have dismissed the case of God's existence in so many ways, especially by declaring him to be impersonal, that is, without any sense perception. But in the Vedic literature, whether the Upanishad or the Vedanta Sutras or the Bhagavad Gita or the Srimad Bhagavatam, in every scripture it is declared that the Lord is a sentient being. Sentient means what? The oldest person. The oldest person. Being supreme over all other living entities. And his glorious activities are identical with him. One should therefore not indulge in hearing and speaking of the rubbish activities of worldly politicians and the so-called big men of society, but should so mold his life that not a second is wasted without engagement in godly activities. This prophet said, we should mold our lives in such a way that we remain Krishna conscious 24 hours. Prabhupada said it here. He said it also in Bhagavad Gita 9:27, Bhagavad Gita 18:65. The same thing. Mold our life. We should mold our life. To mold his life, that not a second is wasted without engagement in Christian consciousness. You find the same thing in 927 purport. 927 purport and 1865. The same thing represent, and also in Bhagavatam. In Prabhupada repeat the same. In Bhagavatam you find the same thing. Sri Isopanisad directed all towards such activities. Activities where our life will be only in Krishna consciousness, only in Krishna consciousness, not outside Krishna consciousness. This is necessary. Unless one is accustomed to this devotional practice, what will he remember at the time of death, when the body is dislocated? And how can he pray to Almighty Lord to remember his sacrifices? Who cannot? Who cannot remember? Because we didn't practice it. We cannot remember. We will practice only if we have, we will remember only if we have practice. One has to learn this art by employing the senses in the service of the Lord during one's lifetime, so that one can utilize the result of that, the result at the time of death. Everything we do will show at the end. Everything will show at the end. The life we have lived the whole of our life will manifest at the time of death. Just like if you record something, when you finish recording, what are you going to play back? If you have recorded something in a recorder, after you finish recording, now you're doing recording. So when you play back, what are you going to hear? Is what you recorded. Yes. Similarly, what you have practiced the whole of our life, what you have practiced the whole of our life. One has to learn this act by employing the senses in the service of the Lord during one's lifetime. During one lifetime. So that one can utilize the result at the time of death. It will naturally come at the time of death. Either we remember it by the mercy of Krishna himself directly, or Krishna will help us to remember. Krishna will come before us and manifest it. Either we pray to Krishna for him to show us, or he will do it himself, without our intervention, provided we have done our part. So it is very important for us to do our part. Okay, mantra 18. Yeah, there. Mantra 18. So you can also chant it now. Atne Naya Supatada Yesman Ishani Deva Vayunani Vidwan Yodhyas Mach Yuhuranam Menon Puri Samte Nama Uktim Bhidema. Oh my Lord, powerful as a fire, omnipotent one, now I do offer you all obeisances, falling at your feet on the ground. Oh my Lord, please lead me on the right path to reach you. And as you know all that I have done in the past, please make me free from the reactions of my past sins, so that there will be no hindrance of my progress. There is no hindrance to my progress to reach you. Let me go directly. Let me go straight to where? Back home, back to Godhead. Look up and down. Key. Yeah. Prayer to the Lord to guide us on the path to reach him. This is mantra 18. Prayer for the Lord to guide us on the path to reach him. So mantra 18 is a concluding prayer of the devotee who desires to achieve the Lord's mercy. It's very important. Very good. Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada. The Lord is addressed as fire because he can burn anything into ashes, including the sins of the surrendered soul. That is why the Lord is called Agni, 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 Agni. We're not referring to fire god, demigod. This is referred to Lord Krishna, the supreme, the super soul. And it's like Balaji Buddha Bhushan also, he addressed this Buishtam te Nama Uktim Idema. Many times may we offer respect, Nama Uktim, to you, te, in order to become pure. We cannot repay you for responding to our desires. All we can do is offer repeated respect. Namaha, Namaha. Repeated obeisances. A devotee should offer obeisances again and again. Namaha, Namaha. Should always offer obeisances. Always. After praying for a direct vision of the Lord, verses 15 and 16, a devotee prays for liberation to the Lord, addressed as fire. Fire burns everything into ashes. And Lord Krishna himself, he said that in the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. In the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, can go to the next. Then Krishna told Uddhava, and the Prabhupada quoted that in the Nectar of Devotion beginning. Nectar of Devotion beginning. My dear Uddhava, devotional service to me is like a blazing fire. Blazing fire. Anything put into it will turn to ashes. So anyone who takes to Krishna consciousness, all our impurity will be burnt to ashes. All impurity will be burnt off. And the pure self will come out to fully engage in Krishna consciousness. So also here we have A, B, and C. Progress, fall down, best parts. A part of self-realization. It's a part of self-realization. Progress, fall down, best parts. So let's move forward. When is it possible? When is this possible? Only human form of life. And when we have developed a Brahmanical culture. When we practice Brahmanical culture, we will develop these qualities. We already discussed it. Krishna had mentioned 20 items. And proper summarized 18. So we have already looked at it. The qualities you have to develop by following Brahmanical culture. If we follow Brahmanical culture, if we engage ourselves in Brahmanical activities, we will develop all these qualities. How to progress? Surrender to the Lord. Pray for his costless mercy. Vandana. We should always pray in full surrender. So pray seriously. Hindrance. The devotion from the regulative principles of Vedas. Karma. Deviation from the regulative principles of the Vedas. And engaging in certain activities. These are hindrances. A devotee should carefully pray to Krishna. We should carefully pray to Krishna. Why do one do it? Why do we do it? We're saying vacation. If we're saying vacation, we do all these things. It's not for Krishna consciousness. It is for sense gratification. And that is why it's a hindrance. If it is for placing Krishna, it is not a hindrance. It will be also a fire. It will burn up all our impurities. But because it's for self-gratification, it is detrimental. It will affect us in our practice. Next. When the sun fall down, when there is pride of birth, I am from an aristocratic family. I'm coming from a well-to-do family, well-to-do, aristocracy, opulent family. Yes. When we neglect to acquire the necessary biomedical qualifications, neglect, we're taking it casually. Hope after falling. We will take birth in a rich family, which is Isopanisad, 641 to 42. Birth in a good Brahmana family. This one is better. The remedial measures after falling. Surrender to the Lord. We have to surrender to the Lord, acting in the direction given by the Lord, taking shelter of the spiritual master and devotees, following the scriptures. Following the scriptures. We will get there. If you follow the scripture, we'll get there. Devotional service is superior to all the parts. Yes, it's the best part of service. Surrender right. Surrender right in the beginning, not gradually. Right in the beginning. Surpasses all preliminary stages. If you take to Christian consciousness, that means we have, it's a big promotion. To come to Christian consciousness is a big promotion. In the Vedic culture, you have to go through a gradual process. You become a Brahman and then Vaishnava. So we're jumping from nowhere to Brahman to Vaishnava. It's very, very high. That is why some of us are misusing it, because it's very high. It's just like our suggestion is like you are bringing an illiterate hunter in the bush to come and be accountant general, in the company. What will you do there? You misuse everything. The Lord personally takes charge of the devotee. One becomes freed from all sinful reactions. One gets all good qualifications of the Lord himself. And even the dog eater can become qualified as Brahmanas. That is the potency of this process. Therefore, Krishna used the word even if. Even if. Yes. So reference is Bhagavad Gita 1866. Surrender to Krishna. Who gave all the wonderful qualities. Who develop all the wonderful qualities. Just surrender to Krishna. It covers everything. Everything. Yes, special support for sincere devotees. Support, special support for sincere devotees who are sincere. Krishna will give special support. Direction from within the heart. Protection from wrong acts. And rectification of mistakes from within. If one does things by mistake, Krishna will not take it seriously. The spiritual master will not take it seriously. They will forgive us. They will consider, yes, this is not a deliberate thing. This is not a premeditated activities. It's something we have planned to do, and we are doing it. Yes, Krishna is described here as Agni. Next slide. Agni. The Lord is addressed here as Agni because the Lord acted through the body of Agni. Also, Agni means one who leads in front position. Agra Nayana. Patanattakura also added. When the jiva remembers his previous sins, he becomes anxious concerning attainment of liberation. Therefore, he addresses the Paramatma as Agni, a purifying power of fire coming from the Lord. Agni, Bhakti. When the jiva understands that there is no method except devotion to the Lord with suitable knowledge and detachment, he prays in this way. Knowledge here refers to knowledge of God. Vishwa Dhyan, knowledge of universe. Ishvara Dhyan, knowledge of God. Bhakti, knowledge of devotion to Krishna, God. Knowledge of universe refers to knowledge of matter, by which one becomes detached from enjoyment. Another word you say for Krishna is Yuyodhya. Yodi as much. Yuhuranam eno. Ena means sins. Omitting to perform what should be done, or performing what should not be done. That is sin. Yodi. Can they remove or separate us from sin? Why? Yuranam. Sins act as obstacle to the path of liberation. Sin produce inconceivable variety of crookedness in us. Therefore, we don't want this world Krishna to remove it. Of all this, Bhakti is the best. Bhakti is the best. Surrenders human form. Surrenders in beginning by adopting a devotional attitude. It will take us to Karma Kanda. From Karma Kanda, we go to Jnana Kanda. From Jnana Kanda, one more Bashideva Sarvaniti, Sa Mahatma Sudha. So you get to Bhakti. You take us to Bhakti. So everything, Bhagavad explained all this nicely. Nakesa gave us the process how to do this by engaging oneself in our prescribed duties. The same level of purification will come. It can come into either we, if you do that based on scripture and enjoy the fruit of that, is karma kanda. When we expect the result of our activity, that's karma kanda. But because it's recommended in the scripture, if you do that, you will get purification, you will develop knowledge. The knowledge will help you to be fully engaged in bhakti, in pure bhakti without discount bhakti. That will take us to bhakti, pure bhakti. If you don't go up, then you will degrade to lower stage. A lot of sins will incur by engaging in sinful activity, big karma. So you better, instead of taking to a lower process, you take to the higher process, which is out of bhakti. Next, the entire process of reaching ultimate perfection. By chanting and hearing about Krishna, it cleanses all the undesirable things in the heart. all undesirable things we have become clear by chanting and hearing Krishna. We become fixed in our devotional state upon the Lord, and we will acquire Brahminical qualifications. We develop all Brahminical qualifications, which is what? A fate of lower mode completely vanished. The fate of lower mode will be completely destroyed. This is a progression. We're moving gradually. If you engage in just engage by surrendering to Krishna, engage in bhakti, you see how the progress will go. And then fully enlightened by the virtue of bhakti. So Sudha Goswami told us that Vasudeva Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayudita. Janayati Asu Bhairagyam Jnana Chayam Ahai to come. If we engage in bhakti, we will develop costless knowledge and detachment. Bhakti produces this. It's a byproduct of bhakti. So we fully engage in the virtuous, enlightened in the virtuous bhakti. And then one comes to know the path of the Lord and eventually become a pure devotee. That is the end. Pure devotee. Begin from chanting and hearing about Krishna. It's so powerful. So, to become a pure devotee of Krishna, to begin from chanting and hearing about Krishna in full surrender. That is the conclusion. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Comments, questions? 10 minutes.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Guru Maharaj, I have a humble request. If we can
Please.
get the notes that we had on the slide in the form of PDF, all those who have participated in the lecture, if they can get it.
Not a problem.
Okay, thank you, Guru Maharaj.
Not a problem.
And Guru Maharaj yesterday, Guru Maharaj.
Yes.
Yesterday, when you were telling about those who are born in Kali Yuga, then they have to take birth in the next Kali Yuga. And from the explanation yesterday, what I could gather is that if a person who is born in Kali Yuga is taking to Krishna consciousness, then for that person it is possible to upgrade his quality of consciousness. Then he can take birth not necessarily in the next Kali Yuga, but maybe in Treta Yuga, Dwapar, or Kali Yuga. Is it like that, Guru Maharaj?
If you take to bhakti, everything can change. Krishna will change everything.
Yes.
Yes. Krishna can change anything for a devotee. Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Very good. Hare Krishna.
Please, I also want to know. The slide that we treated said, one, if we neglect the development of Brahmanical qualities, one cannot make it. But on a social class, which is the Brahmana, the Kshatriya, the Sudras, and the Vaishyas, I understand that everyone must keep to a particular social class. Is it possible for a Sudra to develop a Brahmanical qualities, a Vaishya to develop Brahmanical qualities, or a Kshatriya to develop a Brahmanical quality? Or should one stick to an aspect?
The part of bhakti can do all that.
Okay.
That is why we are here. See, now we are studying our scriptures because we have been promoted because of bhakti. Otherwise, you don't have the qualification to do it. Or even you can even touch it, but you will have access. God has given to us. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavad Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Maharaj, my question is, whenever we hear the class regarding the Bhakti Yoga, there will be instances where it is so much favorability is available for a devotee going back to Godhead. And the same time, in last class when we are discussing, there can be a devotee in 20 years practice, he can be still in a Kanishta Adhikari. So
Yes.
sometimes feels that so much favorability is available. Sometimes it's a kind of to become a very serious devotee or stance devotee like that. So what we should follow as a practice sadhaka bhaktas, where we have to look. So it's what is that? More favorable side we should look, or okay, other side, we may not reach it. So like that, both the side where the pendulum goes, both the sides. How?
The goal has been given to us. The goal has been given to us, so we know the goal. Chaitanya Babu has introduced a Paramahamsa system for us. The process he gave to us is Paramahamsa, Premi Bhakti. This is what he gave to us. It is not that he has made everyone Madhurya verses. No, not that all of us are going to Madhurya, imagine that rasa. Still, there are Santa Bhaktas, Dasha Bhaktas, Vatsala Bhaktas, Sakyas, then Madhurya. But the goal is given. So we should know, yeah, this is the goal. According to Prabhupada Bhagavad Gita 10.9, one should know the goal. Then we can gradually traverse the path. We should know the goal. That's 10, sorry. 10. Once you know the goal, the goal is Prema Bhakti. Still, we can practice it for Gyan, we can practice for Karma. But we should know the goal. Then we can gradually traverse the path according to our level. It is a chance for everybody to follow the path and get there. But at the same time, we know that not everybody is going to go to God at this lifetime. That after the lecture, it was Jai. Okay, bye. That's it. Back to Godhead tomorrow. Yes. Advancement depends on the attitude of the followers. A nature of instruction, preface, properly explain. Only what you just reminded me. Advancement depends on the attitude of the followers. But the goal is given to us. So we should know it. See, if you don't know the goal, how are we going to? We will not put effort. We will not put effort. Yeah. Whatever I reach, that is my goal. So we wouldn't make any effort. But when we know the goal, I will know the distance. Then we'll know the energy we're going to, the speed we're going to use to get there on time. That is what is happening. That everybody is going to cry every night like Lochitam and some of his associates. Some it will reach there after a long time. Some short time. It depends on our relationship with Krishna. But we should know the goal. That's important. Yes.
Thank you so much, Maharaj. I attended all the classes. Isopanisad. I'm from Bangalore. We are some devotees from Bangalore, India. We are attending really nourishing our bhakti. Thank you so much, Maharaj, for enlightening us and showing the mercy on us. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for being with us and encouraging us. The association made it. So we thank all of you from Bangalore Which temple? Jagannath temple?
Narsimha Giridhari Mandir.
Okay, Narsimha Giridhari. All right. I visited a long time back. Very happy to have all of you with us. Hare Krishna. All right. We have come to the conclusion. I thank all the devotees for encouraging us to be with you. Be with all of you for these few days. Thank you, and excuse all my mistakes. And
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Let all devotees unmute. Hare Krishna, Maharaj. All glories are lotus feet. Please,
Hare
devotees,
Krishna.
unmute and let us chant one powerful Hare Krishna mantra for Maharaj, for sacrificing his time and energy, for being with us, and for taking us through this intellectual and spiritual journey, and purifying our mind, our hearts, and our intelligence, and our ego. Purifying our soul body all together, and taking us closer to our Father. Thank you very much, Maharaj. Please, let's chant one powerful
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna.
mantra for Maharaj. And
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Thank you very much, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
On behalf of the Bhaktivedanta Academy for Culture and Education, and on behalf of all the students, we thank you very much. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu,
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, let us know at the same time on which day we have our exam for the Bhakti Sastri.
Hare Krishna, dear Bhakti Sastri students, thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming this far. We appreciate your sacrifices. The exams for Unit 4, exams for this unit, that means Isopanisad and Nectar of Instruction. We are going to